All right, everybody. I really hate to do a video like this because it's really just a cautionary tale. A lot of people have kind of wondered why I've scaled back on YouTube, specifically not live streaming on YouTube at all whatsoever. And it's for what you're seeing here. The very like top half of my YouTube account email is just flooded with copyright content claims. This is a problem that anybody will face at any point in time, and it's all erroneous. Every single one of these, and they span on all different videos. Like literally every email is for a different video of a different game, genre, whatever. So I'm going to show you one specifically that I just, like one of my more recent videos, part of my Bloodborne Ultimate walkthrough. So I've been getting these emails throughout the day. Basically, what happens is some other entity puts a copyright claim on it saying that that's their material, not mine, and that they get all the ad revenue from it. I don't make a lot of money off the YouTube videos, so I don't necessarily care about it for that standpoint. But what happens is if you get a copyright strike, you lose the ability to live stream on YouTube. And that happened to me before, and it was off of one of these erroneous charges. Now, most of the companies that do this kind of claim will not try to harm your account because they don't want you to fight it. They just want you to be like, screw it, I'm not making enough money. And if you make a couple pennies off of that video, it goes to them. And what their whole goal is to just blanket as many people as possible who are not gonna basically fight the claim, and they just take all of those pennies. It's kind of like the thought for Office Space, the movie. Like, who's going to notice a bunch of pennies missing? Well, when you take a shitload of pennies, people are going to notice. And that's really what's happening right now is they basically, and when I say they, we've got Illustrated Sound Music. This is a company that's representing a streamer who's not very different than myself, who's just some guy playing video games or creating guides and whatnot. And so if they happen to play any of the same games that I've played, any of those games, they uploaded their whole video library and said every ounce of each and every episode of them playing a video game is their copyright content. So everybody that played BioShock, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Uncharted, like any modern game, they're going to run into this. Every single one of you. It doesn't matter if you're a small account, a medium-sized account, or a large account. Like, I'm even verified, and that really doesn't mean anything. It doesn't protect you in any way. It's not like because you're verified, YouTube all of a sudden says like, "Hey, Sean, we saw that there's this mass influx of copyright strikes on not only your account but like millions of other accounts from the same entity. Doesn't really seem legit, so we're going to take a look into it before we steal your revenue away." No, what they do is they automatically side on the claimant or the claimee. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. And what happens is all these videos I have no opportunity to receive money from until I challenge the claim. But a lot of people are too afraid to challenge it, and they don't understand the lingo. Because basically, when you start saying like, "Yes, I want to challenge this claim," a lot of the linguistic is very confusing, and it intimidates people. Basically, you'll see things like, "Do you own all rights to this content?" And you're thinking like, "Well, I didn't make the video game, I didn't pay the voice actors, I didn't compose the music, I didn't do any of this stuff," but it's still under fair use. If you're just playing a game and you're talking about it or making guides, that's totally fair use. So you're safe there. But when you start claiming like ownership and stuff like that, the average person is not going to be comfortable doing that. And YouTube uses like very strong language about like, "Hey, if you fight this and it's proven that you're actually in violation, your account is essentially fucked." So it encourages you to not fight it. And that's what these companies are doing to people. It's really scary. It's really shitty. And it's why I stream exclusively on Twitch. Now, Twitch has its own problems, and I'm not comparing like one over the other. I just know that when I make videos for YouTube, Now they're just videos, they're not live streams. So I can really focus on what content I've got on YouTube. And if somebody copyright claims that, I've got a much stronger ground to stand on. And while that strike exists, I'm not losing the ability to live stream. That's the key. That's the key thing to focus on here. If you have a strike, you cannot live stream on YouTube. You can still do all your other videos like normal, okay? But it's the live streaming that they take away from you. And that really doesn't make any sense to me at all, because usually one's not related to the other, but it's just a punishment that they put out there for you. So if you do live streaming and VODs, like guides, just videos on demand on YouTube, you're really running a dangerous risk. So that's why I separate the two now. I didn't used to. So what a lot of people are seeing is, while they're live, they're getting copyright strikes right now. Like, they'll be live and their stream will get interrupted because the algorithm is saying, hey, wait, that's this other person's content. And it's just total bullshit. So I went to this person's channel, and this is their channel, and every single video that they have is just like gaming stuff. And so if you play any of these games and you have the same cutscenes in those games, because of course you do, it's just recognizing the video of that and saying, nope, that's copywritten content, and the money goes to this company. That company doesn't even own the rights to that. So if like the game dev was putting that strike out there, or the publisher, and they were like, hey, this is our stuff, like Nintendo wants to, you can say, okay, that's true, you own this. Now, is there a debate on whether it's fair use or not? Yes, there's a debate for that. But these people have nothing to do with anything, and they're just blanketly filing claim appeals that are getting people fucked. You're getting them fucked over. And I hate making a video like this because I know there's many of them. But I at the same time, I'm like sitting here thinking, why don't more people do something about this? And at least I won't be one of those people that are saying, like, I never dipped my toe into the water and said this is fucking wrong, because it's super wrong. There's not enough people talking about it. There's a few people that talk about it that have big channels, but they don't want to rock the boat because they make so much money. And you kind of don't blame them. You know, nobody wants to be that guy to die on the hill for everybody else, and everyone else gets the benefit from it, but you get screwed. You know, a lot of people are afraid of that. So I get it, you know, but I'm not, you know, I don't have anything to lose. My account on YouTube, yeah, it's verified. Sure, I've got like 15,000 subs. That looks like a lot of traction to a lot of people, but it's really not. It's not. It's a drop in the bucket in an ocean, really. So I want people to understand that this is a massive, massive risk. And this isn't even the person, like, this channel here is the individual. Now, if I had a company representing me like this person does, they're the ones that are filing the claims. Okay? So he has nothing to do with it. He's probably getting bombarded with shit posts and dealing with like angry people. I'm not even going to bother like trying to message this person or anything like that, because they don't have any control over it. Just like I don't have any control over it. It's totally out of their hands. It's totally out of my hands. When the claim happens, it's like all automated. It never gets put before human eyes until it's counterclaimed. And even then it takes a while. It's really frustrating. There should be better systems in place, especially when it sees like masses of thousands and thousands and thousands of claims from the same company going all over the place. That should be like an immediate red flag to stop all proceedings with this counterfeit or this copyright strike system. It should just put it on hold and say, this is abnormal. We need to look into this. But no. And even though the company that's behind this has put out an official response, about this problem, it's still happening. It's still happening. I'm still getting claims just as recently as, let's see here, 12:36 a.m. and it's 1:44 a.m. an hour ago. Okay? Like, this is bullshit. This should stop instantly. And this is the problem with, I mean, there's so many tiers to this problem. It's the problem with not having a human being looking over these things. I know there's a shit ton of people that have accounts and stuff like that. But when you're talking about stopping their business cold, dead in its tracks for something that has not been confirmed, something that is not validated, that's really fucked up, and it should be illegal. It really should be illegal. Like, in what other business can you just walk into without any fucking validation and halt it completely? You're ruining people's lives. The reason they get away with this is because it's constantly to smaller streamers or to people that don't have the money to lawyer up and go to bat against this stuff. And I promise you, the day that someone with the money and the spine to like go after someone that fucks them like this is going to get paid, and they're going to get paid huge, because this is absolutely fucked. Like I say, I'm no lawyer. I don't know the legality of it, but you know it's wrong and you know it has to stop. And the only way that it stops is if people keep speaking up and get louder and louder and louder. And there has to be competition. There has to be competition. Where are the other avenues that we can go to? Twitch acts in a similar way, but not as large scale as YouTube has. And there's usually people looking at it, the decisions that are made on Twitch's end. I don't know about Mixer, but these aren't like video on demand sites, so I can't really compare apples to apples in this situation. I don't know what's really out there that's comparable to YouTube. Nothing as big, that's for sure. But where's the competition? We need competition. This is so bullshit. And I'm sorry for anybody else that has to go through this stuff, but I just wanted to show this because I'm really sick of spending a lot of time on YouTube content and fearing that my account could just be permanently banned out of nowhere for absolutely no reason, and not justifiably so. Like, and then you can't fight it. You just can't. Your whole livelihood could be taken out from under you without any ability to fight back. And that's a dangerous game. And when people talk to me like, hey, how do I get into streaming, or how do I get into video making? I never want to tell them. I never want to share that advice, because I feel like I'm hiding this absolutely dangerous risk and not giving them the full information if I don't say, like, you'd be an absolute lunatic to jump into the waters right now, because it's just so dangerous. And don't get me started on the new laws about, like, is this content created for a child and whatnot, dude. And that's not like a YouTube thing. That's I don't know, like an FDIC, or I don't even know the acronym for it. It's all that kind of stuff. It's muddy waters. There's never any clarity. There's never any, like, yes, this is okay, no, this isn't okay kind of thing. You're always like worried what's going to happen tomorrow. That's not a good place to be in. So I can never actively say, like, let's do this, guys. Let's create YouTube channels together. Let's create a stream channel. This is how we do it. You know, it's like, I only encourage people to do this if it's just a hobby, not if you want to make money. Because if you think you want to make money off of it, you're running like so many risks, and it's just really scary. And a lot of times you'll just see people making videos like this, and all they say is like, lawyer up, just get a lawyer. Who the fuck are you kidding, guys? How is anybody going to get a lawyer? You know how much lawyers cost to have on a retainer and like represent you as a business? A lot of people are doing this and they're dead ass broke. So I'm not going to say like lawyer up, because that's just not reasonable. But what you can do is make your voice heard. You're on a social media platform. If you're a content creator, if you have a Twitter account, if you have an Instagram, you need to be making people aware of this bullshit, because it's absolute bullshit. Make a video of your own, talk about it, talk about your experiences, get this shit out there, light the fire, because this is absolute shit, and I'm really sick of it. I'm sick of it. That's the only reason I'm making this video. Good luck to you guys. Peace.